I have one more thing to say. I'm going to see if I can get through this. I can say this in a way that speaks to all of us. My father died yesterday, May 15th, 2024. And I attended his funeral today, right before graduation. That's why my shoes are muggy, that's why my arms are shaking, because I had to carry him into his grave and bury him. And I can't stand up here and pretend I want to be doing this speech right now, but I can't throw something away that he worked so hard for me to achieve. And that's why I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to spend every hour of every day working as hard as I can to achieve all of my goals, because that's what he wanted, and I'm going to do it for him.
Gasps fill the audience as a North Texas valedictorian tells the audience that just hours before he attended his father's funeral, but still showed up to deliver his speech. That graduate is early college high school valedictorian Alem Hadzic. Thank you for being here. First of all, congratulations on graduation. That's huge, being valedictorian. Second, I know there's so many that join me in just, our condolences with the loss of your dad. Such mixed emotions. What a week for you.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It was a big week. Those couple of days, the day he died, I went to school. The second I woke up, my mom told me the news, and she asked if I wanted to go to school or not. And I didn't think I was strong enough to face my family that morning, so I decided to go to school. And that's actually the morning I wrote my speech. I was feeling a lot of emotions. I wanted to type them all out. I thought that was the perfect time. And I didn't know that the funeral would be the next day when I wrote it. So what I wrote about my dad. I wrote the first part about how all of us worked as hard as we could. And I got home. My mom told me the funeral was the next day. And I went to the funeral, and I got back to school, and I had to go give my speech. And I was scared because I really didn't know. I went to my dad's funeral just before. I didn't know what I couldn't just talk about what I wrote, because so much more happened since then, right?
Right.
And so I got on stage, I started reading the script, and when I got to the part about my dad, I couldn't just read off a script anymore. I had to talk about my experience, and I had to talk from the heart, and I had to find a way to reach the audience to know, so that they understand how I was feeling. And
it was so raw. It was so powerful. It was so at first a viewer had told me that you had given this speech, and I just felt heartbroken for you. And then I went and listened to your speech, and I thought, wow, this is filled with joy, with so much love for his father. And you stand there at that stage and you say, well, I'm here because of him. I am the valedictorian. I did all this, and I'm doing it now for him. And I had goosebumps. And what was the reaction from people after you gave this speech? And did everyone know what you were going through?
No one. No. I avoided telling. I told a select few people, my closest friends, but absolutely no one knew. I came there, my shoes were muddy. I mentioned it in the speech. I just came from the funeral. People were asking why my shoes were muddy. I was just avoiding the question. And then I got up there. I said my speech. I looked in the audience, and I didn't expect to see so many people crying. I never knew I could do that to people, It was insane. And after the speech, I sat down, graduation ended, we threw our caps, we went outside, and so many people came up to me. I didn't know any of them, but they came up to me, they made me feel better, they wanted to take pictures with me, they told me how strong I was, and it made me feel so much better, it made me feel just so good, in such a dark day. It was really what I needed.
Beautiful. I know your dad is proud of you. Yeah, Longhorn, right? Headed to UT Austin.
Oh yeah.
And what's the plan? What do you want to do?
Chemical engineering.
Woo! Okay. You go. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing your speech and just being real. It's a lot, but boy, you nailed it. Congrats.